Hello, friends, and welcome to another Pauper League. I am Cooper the Red, and this is Wall's Initiative. This is a deck that it has been a long time since I've played, and there's been big a, a big shift in the deck since the last time I took a look at it. So at the lower end, or most of the lower end of the deck, we're dealing with a lot of cards that are going to provide mana. So we've got Avacyn's Pilgrim, Quirion Ranger. As this card is fantastic. We're going to be able to untap one of our mana-producing creatures, returning a forest to our hand, and if we don't have another land drop, we're going to be able to just go ahead and put that forest right back into play, producing more mana. So that single forest is producing 2 mana, and then we're going to be able to untap something like an Overgrown Battlement or an Axebane Guardian, and that's going to produce potentially large amounts of mana to cast the things at the higher end of our curve. We've also got Saruli Caretaker. This is how we're going to be producing off colors of mana. We've got Tinder Wall. This is going to be used for a couple things. First off, is an 0-3. We're going to be able to put it down on the first turn and soak up some damage. Maybe, block a Swift Spear or something like that. And then also, we can sacrifice it and get that 2 extra mana. Maybe that 2 extra mana is critical to cast one of our big spells or to put down like 2 other walls in a turn. We've got Overgrown Battlement. This is one of the mana producing cards in the deck. It's 0-4 for 2 mana, and we're able to tap it for green mana for each creature you control with Defender. So this can produce, like 4 mana, 5 mana. That's, not out of the realm of possibility. And then we can untap it, produce even more mana, and that's going to give us some really big turns. We'll get back to Winding Way in a moment. We've got Tuktuk Rubblefort. This is just a one of, but it gives our creatures haste, so it's worth it to go off color, and it's not that painful because we have the Caretaker, we have the Tinder Wall, and the next card we're going to talk about to produce off-colored mana. And the benefit is actually really high. Once we get this onto the battlefield, we can kind of go off with our draw cards and just put a huge amount of things onto the table. Axebane Guardian is another really important card, similar to Overgrown Battlement. This is going to be our big mana producer here, and it's also going to give us off-colored mana. It does require a lot of clicks to be able to use it, especially if we're going to untap it and use it a second time. Because every single mana you produce, you have to actually click on a mana color in order to do that. But, it lets us play all these awesome off-color cards. Now, one thing we didn't quite touch on is Secret Door. I will get to that in a minute. And before we hit our high end of the curve here, let's talk a little bit about Lead the Stampede and Winding Way. These are the only non-creature spells that we're running in the main deck. And these are going to be used to refill our hand. So we've got 37 creatures in the main, and we're going to be able to use Lead the Stampede and Winding Way to look at the top 4 or 5 cards and put any creatures revealed this way into our hand. So at best, Winding Way is a 2 mana draw 4, and Lead the Stampede is a 3 mana draw 5. Although we probably won't get quite that much value. Hopefully we won't draw 0 with them. We'll see what happens. All right, so we've got a 1 of Nylea's Disciple to go with 3 of in the board. Just, gaining life if we need it. We're going to have no difficulty producing large counts of Green Devotion, so this should actually gain quite a bit of life. Then we have our 2 initiative creatures here, Goliath Paladin and Avenging Hunter. So when one of these creatures hits the battlefield, we're going to take the initiative, and what I'm thinking is, since we're playing walls, we're going to have a lot of creatures on the board. Hopefully we should be able to block anything that's trying to come through, and we can use the initiative to close out the game, basically. There's a trap room dealing 5 damage to the opponent, so we're going to be able to hit through the trap room a couple times and maybe put some pressure on with the Avenging Hunter and the Annoyed Altisaur. Avenging Hunter, very similar to the Goliath Paladin. This one has Trample, so it's going to be a little bit better at pressuring the opponent, putting, those life points, down to a range where we can hit him with the Trap Room, whereas Goliath Paladin is pretty good at keeping the initiative, I guess, with Vigilance. Finally, we've got Annoyed Altisaur at the top of the curve. The deck does produce large amounts of mana, so this is one of the best things that you can do in Pauper with a large amount of mana. And 7 shouldn't be that difficult to get to. Turn 4 shouldn't be a problem. Let's see if we can do it by turn 3. I am interested, though, if this is going to continue to be the best thing that we can do. With Brothers War, we're getting access to Rust Goliath, and this is just a bigger creature. It has trample, it has reach, but this is a 10/10 instead of a 7/5. So maybe that's something to check out in the future. Who knows? Just quickly going over the sideboard here, we talked a little bit about Nylea's Disciple already. We've also got Tamiyo Safekeeping to hopefully protect our creatures from like Snuff Out or Cast Down. We've got Scattershot Archer to deal with some of those pesky flyers. If fairies start to get in our way, we can use the Archer to take them down. And since we're running 4 Quirion Rangers, we can actually reliably use 1 Scattershot Archer to deal with even 2 toughness flyers. So the Scattershot Archer in this deck is pretty decent. We've got 1 copy of Flaring Pain. Flaring Pain's pretty interesting with Winding Way. Since Winding Way is going to put the cards into the graveyard, you can actually just put Flaring Pain into the graveyard through a Winding Way and just have access to it later. We've got 3 Gorilla Shamans versus Affinity, and we've got another copy of Secret Door. So I've been kind of like avoiding talking about Secret Door. We'll get into it now. What we can actually do with this is we can use large amounts of mana from, our Overgrown Battlements, our Axebane Guardians, and our Quirion Ranger to progress through a dungeon. And if we're already in the Undercity, then we can use this to continue through the Undercity. So normally the Secret Door wouldn't be able to help us in that regards, but pretty sure once we're there, we can use this to progress. Because, yeah, it says, or advance to the next room, so that should work. And then finally, we've got a couple copies of Standard Bearer. This is going to be particularly good against Bogles or Heroic or any kind of deck that wants to target their own creatures with buffs. But it could also be utilized to save our walls from something like a Cast Down. So if we're dealing with a deck that has a lot of Cast Down and Snuff Out, then, we have the Safekeeping, and we should consider Standard Bearer for that as well. And versus Gates. Thank you, Irkari. Absolutely versus Gates. I think that's huge. All right. Think that finished explaining the deck. Let's head into some games. Or no land hand. Let's mulligan. Oh, you're going to build this deck in real life? Excellent. I'm pretty excited to be playing it again. It's been a long time since I've played a Walls deck. Well, we're not going to keep this one either. Here's a hand. Keep this, get rid of this, and I think we get rid of the Altisaur. Keep the Hunter. I've been having some trouble with big mana decks lately, so we'll see how it goes. Turn 3 Hunter. But we are against a deck that... oops, that's the wrong button. We're against a deck here that's one of the top in the format. Scary looking mountain for a scary deck. And last time I played a big mana deck, I had a really hard time drawing to my Nylea's Disciples. So hopefully with a bunch of Winding Ways and Lead the Stampedes, we'll be able to find them. Ooh, Faithless Looting. That makes me think we're playing against Madness and not Coldotha Burn. Madness would be interesting. Of course, they have the Flyer, which is going to be difficult for us to retain initiative that way. Yeah, Alms of the Vein discarded with Mountain up. And Galv Blast. So yeah, this is Madness. And there goes our Tinder Wall. Yeah, I hear there have been some big Pauper tournaments lately. That is really heartening to hear. I think that's amazing. More Pauper is better, of course. Another Faithless Looting. We have nothing to do. We'll F6. And let the opponent do their thing. Love that they don't have black mana, so they only have one red here. Faithless Looting with this kind of mana available is actually one of the things I want to see, because they're not going to have a lot of things to do with Madness here. So yeah, they're discarding another Alms of the Vein for no value. But they do find their Vault of Whispers, so at this point they have access to both colors of mana. We have to start being afraid. I don't really want to block here, because then they can kill my Overgrown Battlements with, or Battlement, no plural there, with just a Lightning Bolt. So I think I'm just going to take the 1 damage. Quirion Ranger, very not bad. I think I go, like, it doesn't really matter, but Winding Way, play Quirion Ranger, untap the Overgrown Battlements. And yeah, I mean, if they have a removal spell, it doesn't really matter. In the sense that I don't think I can do things in a way that it's going to be different. As soon as I put Quirion Ranger on the stack, they're going to have the opportunity to kill the Battlement in response. Oh, nice. Very nice. Very nice. Now, okay. Should be able to untap this, turn Forest, play Forest, play another Defender. Now the Battlement makes 2 mana. Play another Ranger. Play a Tinder Wall. Okay, so now this makes 3 mana. 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 sacrifice Tinder Wall, play Avenging Hunter. And we can go get Plains. On a multi-5, correct. That was still turn 3. Wow. Actually, wow. The Quirion Ranger was such a good draw. Quirion Ranger in a Winding Way. I didn't think we'd be able to do that, but here we are. Seems like a good position. I think this is a removal spell. Nope, Deadly Dispute. I kind of like figured they were thinking about killing the battlement at some point, but it'd be difficult. Like, I don't think they play cast down in the main, so. And they don't play snuff out. Alright, well, flashback on Faithless Looting. So they have the treasure here. They can cast a Kitchen Imp to take the initiative. Yeah, Galvanic is scary, but they have currently 2 artifacts, and they've already played a land this turn. Scarier thing is when they get to the trap room. Definitely want to find something with reach. Okay. Play a forest, play the Caretaker, so the battlement taps for more mana. There's 3 mana, play Lead the Stampede. Get a whole bunch of cool stuff. There's a Tinder Wall. Oh, is that good? Is that good, handsome? Oops, I wanted to tap this. Whatever, this is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, perfect. We don't want to do that yet. We do that after combat, and then we get to go through twice. Because we take the initiative through combat, then we take the initiative again with the hunter. So we get to go to the trap room. Make the Avenging Hunter too big to kill with a Gallop Blast. And then, yeah, untap the battlements. Play another Avenging Hunter. Trap. Put him to 10. Who's the burn deck now? I don't really feel like bouncing my forest to play this Caretaker is worthwhile. And the only mana we really have is from battlements. I don't, like, can't really sacrifice the wall to play Caretaker anymore, so I guess we'll pass the turn. So they cast Faithless Looting with Flashback. I'm just going to F6 here. Probably find F6. Okay, here's Kitchen Imp. You're going to be able to get in with that for some more flying damage. And Alms of the Vein, draining our life and increasing their life total, which is actually important here, because we're attacking for 12. They went up to 13. And this is also going to boost the power and toughness of their one of their Kitchen Imps, I guess. I guess they could put it on Epicure. Maybe make their Epicure 3/3, but regardless, they make one of their imps here larger, and then next turn, they go into the trap room and hit us for 4, so we're actually dead. We need to draw something here. That's right, we have the Quirion Rangers that can attack as well. The Quirion Rangers attack. So is that actually lethal? Unless they boost the Epicure? So maybe putting the +2/+2 on the Epicure was the way for them to stay in the game. because then they prevent more trample damage. Oh man, that's awesome. Quirion Ranger wins the game, not only by giving me ridiculous amounts of mana, but also for getting in for the final point of damage. What a card. Good thing they don't have any swamps. They probably had Force Snuff out in hand, no swamps. No, not really. I saw paying costs. I wonder what they could have had. Alright, so we bring in Disciple for sure. And I'm wondering if we bring in, like, Safekeeping? There's a lot of different things we could play here. We could play Gorilla Shaman. They play artifact lands. Let me just see here what my Madness deck looks like. 3 and 3. Not the best, because then like there are also the blood tokens they get from Epicure and Vampire's Kiss. So let's see here. They're probably bringing in Edict. Yeah, Yurkari, we were discussing that as you mentioned that, like we just had Lethal on board. Yeah, that was the way that they win that game. Because then they do, right? They do just win at that point. I don't know that safekeeping... I don't know. It could save our creatures from a Galv Blast, and, like, we gain 2 life off of it. Otherwise, it might just be 1 mana, gain 2, and makes our Lead the Stampede worse. This is awkward. Yeah, I would love to be able to play the Rhino. It blocks their Kitchen Imps, but it just costs so much mana. I worry about being able to get it into play on time. Another Goliath Paladin. Thank you, deck. What? Sarcasm? No, no, no. That's not what's going on here. Okay, Tinder Wall leads a Lightning Bolt. Okay, there's the Vampire's Kiss. One of the setup cards for their deck. I play Overgrown Battlement. Okay, so this Faithless Looting, I imagine, is going to be way better than the Faithless Looting that came before. Well, okay. They discarded Deadly Dispute along with the Alms of the Vein, so yeah, this one wasn't particularly good. Did they mulligan a lot? They mulliganed once. Ooh, Avenging Hunter. Let's go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we have to sacrifice the Tinder Wall to get the Hunter down. But we get the Plains for Goliath Paladin. I think it's probably worth it. Turn 3. We got the initiative again. Really wish one of these things was one of those instants that I put in the deck. What's it called? Safekeeping or something? I think there was still one in the sideboard. Yeah, Tamiyo Safekeeping. That would be sweet right here. Deadly Dispute, sacrificing a blood token, getting a treasure. Sacrificing a blood token for the Kitchen Imp. So, yep, they've got the Kitchen Imp here. They're going to be able to steal the initiative. This is turn 4. Have they played a land yet? They have not played a land, so they get to grab a land here and play it. Yeah, pretty big turn for the opponent. Deadly Dispute has been nominated the 2022 iconic card from WotC. Yeah, I can believe that. It's played in multiple formats. It's just an amazing card. Ooh, Axebane Guardian. Alright, jeez. Yeah, if I want to go through 2 pieces of the Undercity here, I have to attack first, but that is less damage. We could play the Goliath Paladin, which allows us to forge the Hunter, then we get that extra 2 damage. I think it's probably worth it to go further through the Undercity, though, especially with more, initiative creatures incoming. So we're just going to go through 2 at a time. And forging on Avenging Hunter is pretty decent. That's what I was just talking about, Handsome. If we want to go further into the Undercity, we cast a initiative creature after their attacks. That way we get to go through the Undercity twice instead of once. But we don't get the extra 2 damage from Avenging Hunter. Yeah, we steal the initiative back, and then we progress again. Now we're just going to have to practice patience for a little bit here while we wait for our opponent to return to the computer, or whatever. Okay, head to the forge. They're back at 20. Wow. And head to the trap room. Now, Big Dino has reach, so that would be pretty nice. Okay, Lightning Bolt us, down to 10. Like, we're still in a lot of danger here. We don't have enough damage to win on our next turn. And they're going to be able to get to the trap room plus Forge. So we actually kind of look dead here. Depending on... I don't even know if we have... I guess, yeah, we could hit Nylea's Disciple. We hit Nylea's Disciple, maybe we're okay. Gain 4 life. I don't think we have a Reach Nerd anymore. It was just the big dino. Don't think that card is in this deck. It has Reach, not Defender, so it doesn't boost the rest of our stuff. Which one do you cast here? I'm thinking they cast Alms. That is what they cast. Kitchen Imp? No. So yeah, we go to 5 here, and they have the trap ready to go next time the Kitchen Imp hits us. No, nothing with Reach. Does Nylea's Disciple even do it anymore, is another question. Because they're looking at causing 9. Oh, we don't even draw it anyways. So we die here. Oh, hold on. We could go to the throne room. We could hit it in the throne room. Maybe we're not dead. I think that puts us to 1 if they have nothing. Okay, land. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Play Axebane, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, just not enough. All right. I guess we just play Avenging Hunter, see what we hit on the throne room. Can I play both Nylea's Disciples, please? Back up to 10. All right, not bad. We didn't have anything with Reach, did we? What? What did we have? Oh! The red one. Oh, I didn't even think of that. I was thinking of only this one. Yeah, the Tuktuk Rubblefort has Reach. We could have used that as a blocker, then they don't go to the trap room at all. Yep. I totally forgot about that. Mandala with the knowledge. They have 5 cards in hand. We should be dead here. And, you know, like, it's not guaranteed that Tuktuk would have saved us. They might have, you know, they might be showing us a lightning bolt here. Yeah, Fiery Temper. They could have used the Fiery Temper to kill the creature with Reach, the Rubblefort, and we would still be dead. Hexproof. No, yeah, you're right. Well, shit. So yeah, they would not have had access to the trap unless they could put out a second kitchen imp. Yep. Okay then. It's official. Ooh. One land hand with Quirion Ranger. If Quirion Ranger doesn't die, we get the turn 2 battlement. Also a good question, Handsome. What was my HP? We gained 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it would have been 5. There we go. Hey, Paul. Boo. All right. It is what it is. Would have preferred a forest there or a plains, obviously. I think if they have another spell to kill the Quirion Ranger, it's still the thing to do. Now they're going to Faithless Looting. So maybe they're putting out a kitchen imp here. I'm actually wondering if, we might want to have just, changed the deck so that we take out the initiative cards so that the opponent doesn't get the trap room. We could just, keep the Altisaur, maybe bring in, Scattershot, Tamiyo Safekeeping, Standard Bearer, and then just not worry about kitchen imp taking the initiative over and over again. Might as well attack. And this isn't really something we have to worry about as much with the more popular Kuldotha burn, since they don't have flyers. If Madness were more popular, maybe the deck would be a little bit different, and I should definitely have thought about this a little bit more, especially going into Sideboard for match 3 here. But yeah, I'm wondering if this flyer, especially this flyer with haste, makes us want to change up what we're doing. Because, they've been able to hit the trap room basically every time. What made you so red? It's my beard. I have a red beard. Alright, so they Gelv Blast the Quirion Ranger. Yup, yup. Fury. Mana woes have not ended. I'm thinking at this point, probably just GG. But, you know, we did some pretty impressive things in game one, so who knows? Maybe we'll draw a land and we'll just be able to do some really cool things. Or maybe we'll never draw a land and we'll never be able to play Magic. You know, we're drawing our big mana stuff, and we need our small mana stuff here. You know, just drawing the wrong half of the deck. And if I had made more experience with the list, maybe I would have instantly mulliganed that first hand. But we're paying for experience here. Oh yeah, here comes another Kitchen Imp, putting a real serious clock turn after turn. And we're just not able to deal with these. We don't have reach, we don't have removal. And here comes our land, far too late. We're just going to concede here. Like, I could play Axebane Guardian, then they attack me down to 3, and I lose. I don't have the mana for Nylea's Disciple yet. In 4 cards, they've got to have the kill here, right? They've got to. We'll give them the chance to show us, I guess. Give them the satisfaction of killing us with a lightning bolt or whatever they want. Hey, Griffin. No, next is going to be Orzhov. And then after that, I'm going to be spending a lot of time playing the decks that are going to be coming from the new cards from Brothers War. Keep this, I guess. Turn 1, Tinder Wall. Turn 2, Axebane Guardian. Ooh, that's interesting. Don't see that bridge very often. Ooh, Caretaker. Don't know if I want to play my Axebane Guardian. If it dies to a lightning bolt, I'm in a lot of trouble. But if it doesn't, then I got some pretty big mana next turn. I can make some big moves. Yeah, I'm not sure. Could be something like that. Chainer's Edict, unfortunate. Only 2 mana on the Axebane Guardian currently. Uh, 14... No, 15. I think it's 15 lands. Well, you know, that's what Avenging Hunter is for, to go get them. And you know, if we had the Quirion Ranger still, 1 forest is all you need. Hey, I don't know. This is Diego Brando's list. I think most Wall's lists are very low on lands. Because we have, you know, like 1 mana ways to make mana. Yeah, it's this is my broccoli shirt. This is the shirt I wear when I want to show people how much I like broccoli. Damn it! Ah! Ah! We get the Quirion Ranger. Oh, we would have had so much mana. Alright, so play Quirion Ranger. Tap Caretaker. Untap Caretaker, return Forest, play Forest. So that's 3 mana, so we can play Lead the Stampede this turn. Do you buy it from Quarrelsome Yeti? I don't know where it was purchased exactly. My cousin got it for me. If you have cheese covered broccoli, you can just eat the cheese. No one can stop you. Good tips. Wow, only 2 hits. Opponent has been giving us a lot of time, but I think their deck is about to start going off. I mean, if we keep the Quirion Ranger, do we need the Forest? Yeah, we need the Forest to play the Axebane Guardian. Then we can untap it, make a ton of mana. Aw, you... Well, I was saying that this is going to be the turn where they... Well, this is the turn where they screw up our whole plan. Just getting punished. Opponent has 7 cards in hand. This is what happens every time I play a deck like this. Tried your best. Feel like that's going to be a the anthem for this league. Well, you tried your best. Every single game. Wow. Hey, thanks for the follow, friend. So what are we thinking here? Safekeeping to save our creatures from their cast downs? And Galv Blasts and Lightning Bolts? Yeah, we could bring in Standard Bearer. Again, for basically the exact same reason. Yeah, we're keeping most of our Lead the Stampede. Same with Winding Way. We're just taking out one of each because we're bringing in some instants, so these aren't quite as effective. Taking out some sorceries for the instant we're bringing in. So we get to keep almost the same ratio. I mean, Winding Way hits 4 cards. Lead the Stampede hits 5 cards. Looking at 5 cards is better than looking at 4 cards, so no, it's not strictly better. No land hand. I guess we'll keep this. Really lean on this Winding Way rather than mulliganing again. Find a Tinder Wall. And Winding Way for creatures. Draw 2. Revealing another Winding Way and a Lead the Stampede. Ooh, Overgrown Battlement. Okay. So we could play Tinder Wall and then Overgrown Battlement. Maybe play an Avenging Hunter next turn if the Tinder Wall survives. It'd be nice if both survive, but we don't have the white mana currently for Standard Bearer. So if they have targeted removal, Battlement going down. But if they don't, then we get to play Quirion Ranger. That'll be interesting. Shit. Galv Blast on Battlement. Alright, so we could go Avenging Hunter. Go get Plains. And then we have Standard Bearer. Like, we could play it later. We could play Quirion Ranger Standard Bearer on a future turn. I think that's better than getting Forest playing Quirion Ranger this turn. Worse against sacrifice effects. But I guess we've got another Avenging Hunter in the future coming up anyway. Let's get our off-colored mana. Vampire Sovereign. Okay. Going to be able to forge here. Attack with a big Avenging Hunter. Find an Overgrown Battlement. Okay, so we can just play all the things here? Overgrown Battlement not currently tapping for very much mana. But Avenging Hunter attacking for a lot of damage. A bunch of Ichor Wellsprings from the opponent. They've got a lot of cards in hand. They're churning through their deck fairly quickly. But actually, to be honest, they aren't that much deeper into their deck than we are. Thanks to Winding Way. They attack in. They get a basic land. Means we get to attack in, get the trap. It is. I'm sorry that your introduction was to the deck was so frustrating. I find these decks can be frustrating to play, but when you're able to draw the right part of your deck, you can just make huge amounts of mana and turbo out the initiative cards. That is the goal. Oh, that card! The one card! How many... Do they have 6 artifacts to sacrifice here to wipe my board? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They do have enough. So they're able to wipe my board. And their creature doesn't die because Kark Clan doesn't hit flyers. And they also draw a bunch of cards. Wow. Wow. So now we need a land off the top to play this Avenging Hunter. Don't get it. Kark Clan Shaman. What a card. I mean, it did cost some resources for the opponent. They lost a bunch of their lands, but now they have a 5/6 flyer and they have the initiative. And Chainer's Edict. Wow. Yep. We're actually just dead. They just have to attack with this. That's all. We're dead. They're about to hit the trap. Oh, GG once again. We lose with Wall's initiative. Kark Clan Shaman, ladies and gentlemen. On the play, keep this. But, you know, it can be difficult to try and figure out all these if, ands, or buts. If we had done this, you know, would that have been different? Oh, don't like seeing that. Festering Mummy. Killing our Quirion Ranger. Not too happy about it. Put down the Tinder Wall. We got a blocker now. Maybe next turn we'll have the mana to play a Goliath Paladin or something. Oh, yeah. Kills things with their snowlands. Do you bother to attack? Oh, you do. Okay, we'll block. Don't think they play mutagenic. Yeah, the snow for the priest of the Haunted Edge. Ooh, Axebane Guardian. Oh, let's see here. We could... I think we can play Goliath Paladin if we sacrifice the Tinder Wall. One, two, three, four, five, 6 mana total. I think that's better than playing the Axebane Guardian when this thing would just be able to kill the Axebane anyway. Okay, so they sign in blood. Lurching Rock Beast cycled. This is so that they can get more value from the, what is that card called? Don't recall exactly. But it's a sorcery, costs 1 mana. You can return 2 zombie cards from your graveyard. I think this is better than letting them take the initiative. Okay, and then they kill the Avacyn's Pilgrim as well. Yeah, it's Raise Dead Plus. Forge on the Goliath. Find an Annoyed Altisaur. We've run out of mana. Oh man, too bad we didn't actually go towards the stash. Oh well, is what it is. Got a pretty good creature here. Let's hope we can keep it. There's one that does the same thing for pirates? Wild. Writhing Necromass, 5/5 Death Touch. Well, we can use the Paladin to trade with it. Oh, we get the land. Now we can play a creature. I guess if I don't attack, maybe I can just block it with this and then do another 5 damage later. I think it's probably better to just hold back, don't give them the free trade. Maybe even if they attack, maybe we just let it through. Let them get the land, and then we get to keep the Axebane Guardian in case they have an edict. Because the first hit on the Undercity is not too bad. It's continuing from there. And maybe that's actually the reason why we would want to block, just in case they have another Necromass. And Okay, so here's the card I was talking about before, Ghoul-Caller's Chant, which basically guarantees that they don't have another Writhing Necromass in hand because they just took 2 cards out of the graveyard. No attacks! Love it! Love the no attacks. And we just get to go to the archives for free. Didn't have to lose a creature at all. Draw 2 cards. Find a forest. So we have 4, 5 mana. We could play Avenging Hunter, go to the throne room. Throne of the Dead 3. So I think the best thing we have here is another Goliath Paladin. We could play Overgrown Battlement as a way to get more mana. Goliath Paladin gets us a land. Let's go for the Giant Paladin. And that'll be enough land to play our next initiative creature next turn. Don't think we need to attack here. I mean, their block could just be as easy as... attacking gives them choices on how they want to block, what they want to sacrifice here. I'm just not sure that it's the way to go. Next turn, we get to forge onto the Avenging Hunter, making it a better trampling attacker, getting damage past the Necromass. Both of our Goliath Paladins are big enough to kill the Necromass, while it will cost them their lives. So we have a pretty decent attack. Gempalm Polluter. We just instantly lose 5 here. Nothing we can do about it. This is one of the reasons to play zombies, is Gempalm Polluter and Ghoul-Caller's Chant. So you get to cycle Gempalm Polluter, do a bunch of damage, and then Ghoul-Caller's Chant it back to hand and do it again. Yeah, they can instant speed -2/-2, that's true. Making the event... I mean, Avenging Hunter would still tangle with the Necromass, at least it would still kill it. And Karen Feeder can't block, so they're not able to pump this. But yeah, that's a very good point. So they could shrink one of my Goliath Paladins. And then that would make them not be able to kill the Writhing Necromass. I think we play the Goliath Paladin post-combat so they don't know they're about to get trapped. So we only need 3 damage to get through. So yeah, they block these, we get no damage through with the Paladins, and then they sacrifice these 2 creatures to shrink my Avenging Hunter to the point where it doesn't deal any damage and Necromass can kill. I mean, Necromass kills it anyways, but you can shrink it to the point where you don't take any damage, I guess. Okay, they're just going to create a treasure token with a Shambling Ghast. And -1/-1 counter onto what? Okay, onto the Paladin. so it can no longer tangle with their writhing Necromass. But this is going to put them down to 1, I think. Second time in the trap room. Put them to 1. And here's a Quirion Ranger too. Are you sure this is a defender deck? Like, I'm not seeing very many walls here. They use their last mana to cycle the Lurching Rot Beast that they got back with a Ghoulcaller's Champ. Here's a Barrenmoor cycled. Another Priest. And that's it. Okay, so this is an interesting one. What are we going to do against the Zombies deck? Do we do much of anything? Maybe take out Secret Door for another Disciple? So we don't die to cycling? Could bring in Safekeeping. They probably have a lot of removal. In the sideboard, I mean. Like, I'm wondering what could be in their sideboard. Probably actually a lot of sacrifice effects, would be my guess. What am I thinking? I don't have a Zombies deck. Well, this is an easy mulligan. Don't have to think about this one. We'll keep this. Get rid of what? I almost want to get rid of Forest. Because we got the Quirion Ranger. They could. Yes, they could. Probably would be Choking Sands, too. Out of all the available land destruction. Because there are a lot of 3 mana land destruction options in black. So how much mana do we have here? 3? Play Quirion Ranger, tap Pilgrim, untap Pilgrim, return Forest, play Forest, tap Pilgrim. So that's 3 mana after the Quirion Ranger. So we can play the Axebane Guardian or the Battlement. Might as well play the Axebane Guardian, use the maximum mana here. Ooh, village rights to respond to kill the Quirion Ranger. Yeah. No, don't kill my Pilgrim. I needed that. Wanted to play Battlement's Winding Way this turn. Alright, give me a forest on top, please. Forest or plains. And let me keep my Axebane Guardian. Forest or plains. No such luck. The deck says, well, you put a land on the bottom when you mulliganed. You don't need another land then, obviously. Well, I kind of was counting on the Quirion Ranger deck. Quirion Ranger down. Need another land. Oh yeah, Sticky Fingers. That's a cool one. Yeah. Card is good, but not quite good enough, I guess. I mean, it's really difficult to play auras. Very few decks end up playing auras. Oh, Writhing Necromass. Right when I'm setting up to start playing initiative cards. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can play Hunter, which can at least potentially block the Necromass and trade with it. Can go get Plains. Another Karen Feeder. I guess, yeah, they can attack with both here. The Karen Feeder and the Writhing Necromass. So they're taking the initiative regardless. Do I just block the Karen Feeder here to get it off the board? And then I get to keep my Avenging Hunter to attack with? I mean, I'm losing the initiative regardless. But we can get it back. Especially with this block, we can get it back. Alright, so that's the first level. Not too bad. It's when they hit to the second level, that's where things start to get dangerous. Oh, another Writhing Necromass. Oh no. Alright, how much mana do we have? 6 mana. So I could attack in, probably trade with Necromass. I could just play another Avenging Hunter here. If I play Goliath Paladin, then it comes in as a 5/8 because of Forge. Just off of playing Altisaur. Let's have two creatures that can tangle with their Writhing Necromass. Writhing Necromass are really good, actually, with the, Ooh, okay, that can actually kill some of my critters, too. They going all in? No, they're not. Okay, so we're going to be able to keep the initiative here. But yeah, the thing is, they have that Raised Dead. They get both the Necromass back. Play them both again. No, they don't have it. Okay, let's trap. Get an Axebane Guardian. Alright, so we could tap for 2, tap this, Axebane, then we get 3, 4 mana. And then this can actually kill the Goliath Paladin if we play it. What's the score? Just above my head there. 0-2, we're up a game in this match. Could also Winding Way try and find some small stuff to play to just fill up the board. All the walls, no wallas. Facts. Quirion Ranger, not the worst. Not the worst. Okay, so they're killing the Quirion Ranger. Um, do I untap the 0-4 here? I don't think so. I don't think we set ourselves back a land drop. Could draw land on the top here, who knows? That Winding Way was not very good. Oh, but we get to keep the initiative, so heading to the archives to draw a card. So drawing 2 cards on our turn. Okay, so we have a lot of mana now. So we can start playing Altisaurs. Or, I mean, we're heading into the throne room. If we play one of these 2 creatures, we should probably just play one of these 2. 3, 4, 5. Hunter. Altisaur, I guess. Here's another Altisaur. And our opponent puts the GG up in chat. So we managed to win a match, which means we're playing through the entire league. No 0-3 drop for us. Oh, snuff out our big dino, sure. Opponent still wants to keep playing. We'll oblige them. You know what? I should have played the Altisaur first in case we cascaded into the red wall that gives haste, because then we could actually attack with this extra creature. Maybe I could have even Goliath Paladin forged so we get the extra damage through. Into Nylea's Disciple, let's go. When the opponent says GG but continues to play anyway. Means we get to show we had all these. I still had stuff. All right, good game, the infamous army. Good game. Yeah, this hand looks good. Adelar Cubs with a Manus to open a chest. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm just going to F6 for the opponent's turn here. And let's open up a chest. Get 5 play points. Defiler of Flesh. 4 mana, 4/4 with Menace. As an additional cost, to cast black permanent spells, you may pay 2 life. Those spells cost a black pip less to cast if you pay life this way. This effect reduces only the amount of black mana. And then it says, whenever you cast a black permanent spell, target creature you control get +1/+1 and gains menace until end of turn. Sweet. That's pretty cool. Makes all your black spells into Phyrexian spells. And we also got Elvish Piper, a classic card. 4 mana 1/1 that allows you to put creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield for a green mana and tapping it. It's a classic card. Okay. Let's play land and Tinder Wall. Yeah, Gixian Infiltrator. That's going to be one of the cards that is in the deck that I'm going to be showcasing. Glinthawk returns Synthesizer, I guess. So yeah, just no value from the Synthesizer at all. Dies to removal. Everything dies to removal in this format. Almost. Not everything. Okay, here's Synthesizer again. Reveals Makeshift. That's a pretty good card. And once again, we're going to have to deal with these flyers, which not ideal when our plan is the initiative. So I don't know if you're still here, whoever was talking about my problem with flyers. Unleash Enlightenment. So yeah, maybe I'm just going to get hosed again by Glintox and Core Skyfishers. We'll see. Oh wow, yeah, and there's the makeshift munitions, so when I play Quirion Ranger, it's gone. Oh, well, thanks for coming by today anyways. Hope you enjoyed the games and watching me get killed by flyers. Looks like you're right, and when you're right, you're right. Oh, we just get all of them? 3 mana draw 5? Not bad. We'll take it. Ooh, the Galv Blast. So yeah, we're losing quite a bit here, and then they can makeshift munitions, the Quirion Ranger, really cutting down our mana. Reveals an Ichor Wellspring with the experimental synthesizer. They have the land, so they can play the Wellspring if they wish. If they choose to. And here's 2 damage. Yeah, Axebane probably would have been the better hit, but maybe they were thinking, they got 4 damage, kill an Overgrown Battlement, and they can kill this with a Lightning Bolt later. Alright, so we don't actually have any more defenders in hand. So our mana production here is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 mana. So we can play Goliath Paladin and Winding Way. Or we can play Avenging Hunter and Winding Way. The Hunter is worse versus a Galv Blast, but better versus a blocker. So we could play like Hunter Pilgrim. Or we could play Paladin Pilgrim. Have I played a land this turn? I did play a land this turn. Yeah, we would discard a lot. I have a full hand. I don't need to Winding Way to find more stuff. No, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we wanted to Winding Way to find a bunch of stuff that we could play to make these produce more mana, to make a bigger turn next time, and then we don't have to worry as much about the initiative being stolen that turn. Bajuga Bog gets rid of our graveyard. They have 1 mana up. Oh, no. Lightning Bolt. Yeah, there we go. Lightning Bolt the Axebane Guardian. Takes away most of my mana. Find a Tinder Wall. Okay, so Tinder Wall is basically free. Play the Tinder Wall, we get the mana back on the battlements. What I'm thinking is attack with Avenging Hunter, take the initiative back, and then play Avenging Hunter and move through the initiative again. Oh, have a great day yourself. Thanks for coming by. Usually play Monday to Thursday at around this time. Trap him, put him to 10. Got 2 Avenging Hunters on the battlefield, ready to do big damage. And we've got a Nylea's Disciple in hand if we need to gain life in a pinch. I think I'm just going to F6 here. Don't think there's anything we can realistically do. Thanks for the follow, friend. Alright, so Galv Blast on the Avenging Hunter. Unfortunate. They're going to be able to take the initiative with the Glinthawk, so I don't think we bother blocking the Seeker of the Way. I am kind of scared, though, about what could be in their hand. Okay, we're not going to get the choice regardless. Lightning Bolt taking out the Tinder Wall. They would have actually been better served just keeping that Lightning Bolt in hand and doing an extra 3 damage here, I think. But gaining that life with a Seeker of Away is a pretty big deal. And it looks like I should have played Goliath Paladin. I think we're going to have to play the Nylea's Disciple here in order to just survive. Gains us 4 life, back up to 11. Let's see what we draw when we take the initiative here. Put them to 8, head to the archive. Get a Quirion Ranger. Interesting. This is game 1, so there's only 1 Nylea's Disciple in the deck. And it's currently in our hand. So yeah, that'll get us an extra pip, an extra blocker. I probably should have just untapped the Avenging Hunter, put that in front of the Seeker of the Way. I guess I still can if I really want to. I can also Winding Way. By Winding Way, then this is tapped. They could kill this. Not sure that it's worth Winding Way here. taking out one of our blockers could be a big deal, depending on how much they have in hand. Because they have makeshift munitions, so that's worth 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. Yeah, I think it's so risky. This is GG already. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I forgot about the trap. No, you're totally right. It's already GG. So no winding way, no need to reveal more information. Yeah, the flyers and the initiative have got us time and time again. We weren't able to deploy the Altisaur to block. Are they casting another makeshift munitions? Yeah, and then makeshift munitions finishes it. Or, you know, lightning bolt or Gallop Blast. Take your choice. Yeah, bringing the initiative in is pretty dangerous here with all these flyers. So I'm wondering if I should try the strategy I was thinking about for Madness, where I just take out the initiative cards. I mean, we don't exactly get great stuff, though. That's the thing, right? We are looking for Altisaur, and at that point, that's all we have in the deck. If we take out the initiative stuff. Alright, kind of like Gorilla Shaman a little bit. I think we're going to bring in the Scattershot Archers. Unfortunately, we don't have a way to deal with enchantments, so we can't deal with makeshift munitions if it hits the battlefield. Do like some copies of Nylea's Disciple. Versus this deck, Boros has a lot of damage with 4 Gallop Blast, 4 Lightning Bolts. They can close out the game surprisingly quickly. So maybe we just do something like this. Standard Bearer doesn't seem too good when the opponent's playing makeshift munitions. Don't think we want Flaring Pain because they're playing a synthesizer version. I don't think they're going to have Prismatic Strands. Could bring in Safekeeping. I think we'll just go with what we have. One land hand. No land hand. Ouch. Having a real tough time this league, friends. Oh well. Wondering if this card wants some number of Penumbra Spiders. Penumbra Spiders have reach, good against removal. Oh, well, getting some real shit hands here. Yep. Good with Nylea's Disciple as well. There's a Crossroads from the opponent. Ooh, we draw Forest. Okay. This one's from Diego Brando. I think that was their name. Relic of Progenitus. Maybe they think I'm a different version of Walls. Because Relic could be useful versus the combo version. Could be. Journey to Nowhere probably gets rid of the Caretaker, our mana. We were about to have 3 mana, and then we didn't. Seeker of the Way. 1 mana floating. A Galv Blast on our mana. Hey, stream team, what's good? Oh, nope. No, we managed to win a game, so we weren't the perfect loser. No, this is the first league. And instead of a second league, I'm going to be going over some games that I played when the new cards were briefly legal. Draw 2. Cards that we cannot cast. I wish I could be given some better games, but this is the way Magic goes sometimes. And I've found lately that I have just not had any luck with initiative strategies. So this is just kind of continuing that trend. Opponent plays a Great Furnace. Do you have anything else? Nope, just holding the mana up. See if we do anything. That's a good question. Are we going to be able to do anything? Is the opponent going to let us take our turn? Is another question. Lead the Stampede. See what we hit. Hit 4 cards. And we're going to have to discard 2 hand size at this point. Thinking we probably get rid of, what, one of our hunters? I feel like I kind of want to keep the Altisaur. Of course, Skyfisher returns Seeker of the Way. That's interesting. Find another Winding Way. I guess we'll play a pair of Walls. And I don't really want to use them to block. You might not even get the chance if opponent has the right removal spells. Like a Journey to Nowhere into a Lightning Bolt, for example. And it's also kind of scary not blocking here, because if they have Bolt Bolt, we're taking a ton of damage. But I think we need this mana. Oh my god, they're gonna kill the Caretaker anyway. Leaving us with one defender. Okay, we drew a defender. Not exactly the old Boros Bully. They're playing the synthesizer version. Oh, did they cast that lightning bolt like during the damage step or something? Really? Unfortunately, it doesn't say what steps on the chat log. Alright, so I can play Caretaker, then I have 4 mana, so I can play Nylea's Disciple, I guess? Gain 4 pass. Oh, wow. No attack with Seeker of the Way. It's a power move, establishing dominance. Okay, Tinder Wall, that's basically free because of the Overgrown Battlement. Okay, so we have 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I haven't actually played a land this turn. So let's see here. We got a couple of options. If I play the Avenging Hunter, they just take the initiative again. Kind of want to play the Altisaur. We could play the Tuktuk. How much mana do we have? 3, 4, 5, 6, potentially 7, 8. We could actually play Altisaur. Oh yeah. Tap, 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 Tuktuk, and then 4 mana Disciple. Oh, 5, 10. Altisaur cascades into another Overgrown Battlement. Play another Altisaur. Into a Tinder Wall. Sacrifice this. Play Nylea's Disciple. Gain a bunch of life. And attack with everything. Good turn. Way to turn things around. Stream team. Thank you for the tips. That was a really good winding way. Good gamble. Really good gamble. Okay, opponent returns and concedes from the game. And this says, sorry, internet problems. Okay, there we go. All right, so, I mean, I've already boarded. Might as well try again, see if we get lucky. Speaking of lucky, that was a mulligan to 5. Mulligan to 5 on that one. So what I'm seeing here is that I might want to be mulliganing more aggressively because I've been getting some really, really wicked games, you know, like regardless of I mulligan or not. So I shouldn't be afraid of the mulligan with this deck, I think. Obviously mulligan this. I don't really like this one. And what was I just talking about? I shouldn't be afraid of the mulligan. Like, this hand doesn't go anywhere. It does nothing for 3 turns. And now we get a no-land hand. Yeah, multi-3 coming. X-Granum calls it. Alright, yeah, we keep this. Multi-4, I guess. Brutal. Alright, let's see if Lead the Stampede saves us. That's kind of what we're counting on now. Find the 3rd land to cast the Lead the Stampede. Here's a Seeker of the Way from the opponent. Find Axebane Guardian. I don't think I want to sacrifice Tinder Wall to play the Axebane Guardian here. I think we'll try to play a little bit slowly. Oh yeah, Lion King. Windscarred Crag. That's a nice looking one. See what you're saying. Galv Blast takes out the Tinder Wall. Good thing we didn't sacrifice it to play this Axebane Guardian. We would have been punished. I think I play the Axebane Guardian this turn, though, rather than Lead the Stampede. Let's try and set ourselves up for big turn 4 and 5. All right, no Lightning Bolt, please. Oh, no. No. Ugh. Find Nylea's Disciple. Let's Lead the Stampede. Draw 3 for 3 mana. Play a land and pass the turn. Makeshift Munitions. And Thraben Inspector. Boros Garrison returning an Ancient Den. And we take 3. Down to 9. An opponent still having 3 cards in hand, we are in trouble. We do get another land here, so we could play Avenging Hunter, or we can play Battlement's Axebane Guardian. I want to get that mana, get those green pips down. So we're going to play Axebane Guardian and Battlements. Battlement. I keep on putting an S on this. It's Overgrown Battlement. I don't know why I keep on putting an S on that. Oh no, we're dead. Journey to Nowhere. kills the battlement, and then they attack with Seeker. If we take this, we're going down to... They're probably attacking with Raven Spectre as well. So this is 5, we go down to 4, and then Makeshift Munitions just kills us. We're dead. We are dead. I mean, I guess I could play Pilgrim Disciple, gain 3 life. Yeah, they take out the Pilgrim and draw a card. Play a Great Furnace. Makeshift Munitions, the Synthesizer, to deal a damage to Disciple. So it looks like they're going to kill the Disciple here. I mean, if they're doing 1 damage to the Disciple, they might as well do it all. And then we're at 6 life. We draw land. So, like, we play Avenging Hunter, they attack, we block here, we take 3, and then Makeshift Munitions ends the game. So, yeah, GG. I'll give them the GG in chat. And now we're fighting for 50 play points. Okay, so we have a 0 land hand. We'll mulligan this. We got 1 land hand, but we've got some stuff. I'm going to keep this. We're going to keep our Winding Ways. Okay, so if I play the Caretaker first, then next turn I can play the Pilgrim and the Tinder Wall. But if I play the Pilgrim first, then I don't have that option. Ooh, playing against Elves. Oh, we find Forest. It's Forest. We could Winding Way this turn. Could just play Forest, play Pilgrim, Winding Way instead of playing the Tinder Wall. Draw 3. One of those is Quirion Ranger. Very nice. So let's see. How much mana do we have next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 mana. Oh, with Tinder Wall. 6. Pretty close to getting an Altisaur out next turn. But we can get the Avenging Hunter out. Okay. Very cool. Do we have 7? So play Quirion. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Tinder Wall is only +1. Okay. Turn 3, Avenging Hunter. Uh, to grab it to have access to white mana, is getting a third forest where we already have Quirion Ranger to be bouncing our forests. Is getting a third forest, any better? Yeah, we are not. There's no mountain. Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, no mountain. That's what's going on here. White is in the deck for the Paladin. We could start with Stampede. We could also play Altisaur. I don't know, like they've already got a really good start. This is gonna be a tough one. I want to set up combo. Like we don't actually have a combo, right? We have big mana, which gets us to initiative and Altisaur. So is it worth leading the Stampede to find a bunch of mana stuff to eventually cast Altisaur, or should we just cast Altisaur? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. No big mana yet. So that's three, four mana with Tinder Wall 5, so I can play Goliath Paladin. I mean, if we Stampede again, we start discarding a hand size. Oh, hold on, undo that. Okay. I think this is actually one of the best attacks we're going to get with Avenging Hunter. Knock him down to 8. Yeah, that's true. We can untap. So I should be doing an auto skip until the attacker's step. So if I need to, yeah, I can untap the Avenging Hunter and we get 3 blocks. Oh wow, Distant Melody. That's a big draw. They just draw 9 here. Each permanent you control of that type. So my elves don't draw them extra cards at least. And here's Essence Warden, allowing them to gain a bunch of life. Who knows how much life they're going to gain this turn, how big that Elvish Vanguard is going to grow. having access to any form of sweeper, this is going to be a pretty difficult matchup. Definitely wishing I had something like Arms of Adar out of the sideboard for this. Winding Way finds a bunch of cards. Finds Priest of Titania, Timberwatch Elf, and Birchlore Rangers. Opponent with 11 cards in their hand. And playing another Quirion Ranger, or rather activating Quirion Ranger, means they have a bunch more mana with the Priest of Titania. Yeah, they don't have initiative, but damn, Elves is doing some good work here. They are vulnerable to, they are more vulnerable to sweepers than the Walls deck is, but wow, can they ever do some cool stuff? I mean, again, though, how good is our combo where we're just making mana to play Altisaurs and initiative creatures? It doesn't matter if we make it to another trap. They have too much life. Yeah. I mean, we would have to hit Tuktuk and be able to cast it, and we don't have any of our big mana producers. So, I don't know. I just don't know how we could get there in 2 turns. Yeah, it's way over. I mean, they have so many elves on the battlefield already. I don't think they even need the Timberwatch, but yeah, they have Timberwatch plus Quirion Ranger, so yeah, they can give their creatures plus X plus X. There's 30 elves on the battlefield, so every attacker can get plus 30 plus 30. Not every attacker. A number of attackers can get plus 30 plus 30, unblocked ones. And like, yeah, we can block the Elvish Vanguard here. Yeah. So we got Standard Bearer, and that's about it out of the sideboard. Fine Caretaker. Okay. Right. So yeah, we got 2 Standard Bearers. Was there a glitch? I mean, that's how it's supposed to work. Let's check it out. Pretty sure I have an Elves deck. Target creature gets +X/+X, where X is the number of elves. No land hand. I think Standard Bearer is going to be better than Nylea's Disciple, 100%. Yeah, definite keep. Wasn't quite sure what to throw away. Figure Hunter will be able to get a little bit of pressure a little bit earlier, but not sure. There's like no way they block, right? Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about is if they block, then I don't have turn 2 Avenging Hunter. Or sorry, turn 3 Avenging Hunter. Oh, there's the Timberwatch Elf. That's actually really scary here. I don't think I even want to play Avenging Hunter at this point. I don't know. Goliath Paladin, maybe. But they're still able to just take the initiative. Maybe I start with Winding Way. Nice Winding Way. Oh yeah, that's legit. So let's see here. We play Tinder Wall. Tap for 2. Play Quirion Ranger. Untap this. Play Axebane Guardian. Ooh, 7 elves on the battlefield, and they can do it twice. Wow, this is so much damage they're actually coming in for right now. We block both, we just lose 2 creatures, we don't block anything, we take a ton of damage, and they set up for lethal next turn. Oh man, this early Timberwatch, where we have no removal, is such a huge problem. And it just gets worse next turn. Yeah, it's just like, what can we even do? We can throw our creatures away, or we can take a bunch of damage. Another Avenging Hunter. Yeah, we needed to draw the standard bearer, and we did not. Well, we'll see how much mana we can produce here. Yeah, this doesn't matter. One, two, three, four, five, six blockers. One, two, three, four, five, six attackers. So if we don't do anything else, we can block everything here. And lose everything anyway. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately, Irocam. They could just use the Timberwatch Elf pre-combat and then untap it after the goat has gone off and then retap it again. Yeah, we're dead. It doesn't matter. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Alright, so this is the deck that we were playing today. Really did not have very much luck, unfortunately. But, you know, that's magic sometimes. So it is what it is. This was a very small sample size as well. Remember that. This was one league. I played one single league with walls. So, you know, we got some bad luck. Maybe if we played 2 or 3 more leagues, maybe we would have been able to have a better showing. I do think the deck is really interesting. I really like the big mana strategies where you're ramping into something fun, and you know, initiative is one of the better things that you can do in Magic. But we really didn't have much luck this run, and you know, I definitely made some mistakes. I think that either a more experienced wall player could definitely have sideboarded a little bit better, especially in that first round against Madness. I think I was just concentrating on the wrong things, and that ended up costing me. That being said, I haven't, like, for quite some time, I've been having some bad luck with initiative strategies, and I'm wondering if I should just be putting the Goliath Paladin and Avenging Hunter both down for the next little while. You know, whether I'm ramping with walls or if I'm ramping with land enchantments, just having a real hard time with it. So, yeah, that's definitely something to think about for sure. Yeah, I mean, otherwise, some of the time the deck was really fun. We had some pretty impressive turns, especially that one turn where we had the Tuktuk Rubblefort and drew into a bunch of, you know, overgrown battlements and were able to like fill up the board. I think that was match 3. Um, might have been the one against Boros. Anyway, I think that, you know, like the deck could be a lot of fun. I like the creature strategy, I like the big mana stuff, but the results have not been great lately, and I've been losing a lot of play points on initiative. Anyways, keep on trying, keep on playing. We can't rain every day.